my name is Boni Mchunu. I'm currently the Managing Director at East Coast Radio, and I've been with the station for the past 8 years. Oh my word, where do I start? My business journey. It's been really a journey. So I joined East Coast Radio from the Provincial Tourism Authority. That's where I used to work before. And before that, I used to work for Unilever South Africa. And I've always regarded myself as a leader that is industry agnostic. You put me in any business, absolutely any business, I will be able to tap in and really immerse myself into understanding that business. So I've been with East Coast Radio now for 8 years, and it's really been a journey. It still feels like yesterday. And what I really like about working for this organization is the fact that East Coast Radio is the heartbeat of KZN. I'm a KZN girl. I was born here. I was educated here, and home is here. And East Coast Radio does that for me, like empirically. So the station is at the heart of absolutely everything that is about KZN, and I just love it. What has motivated me really is the self-drive. I think growing up with no parents really requires a lot of self-determination, self-awareness, and really knowing what it is that you want. But my dad died when I was in my teen, and he really inspired me quite a lot. One thing he told me was that I must be careful about the decisions I make about education. And education for me has been at the heart of absolutely everything that I do. As I speak to you today, I'm on my final year for MBA, and I haven't stopped, but I'm hoping to stop now. So that's what I've learned. Maybe other things that have inspired me is really other leaders who are good. I read quite a lot from other people who inspire me. The likes of Mandela, like if you read about the Mandela journey, you really get to understand that nothing is impossible under the sun if you put your mind to it. If you read about the Steve Jobs of this world, quite a lot. So I read a lot about leadership. As such, even my MBA is on leadership because there's quite a lot that one can learn from other people. But most importantly, my dad told me that there's nothing impossible under the sun if I put my mind to it and just have discipline to make sure that I achieve whatever that I set for myself to achieve. And that's what I've been able to achieve, right? And I think that's how I got here. So what challenges I've faced along the way, there's been quite a lot. I think the one very obvious one, being a black young woman in South Africa, there's always that connotation that, are you here because you are a quota? And I always want to make sure that people know that I'm here because I'm worth it, I'm suitable, I'm qualified, and I can do the job. That's one. But also just, the recent past, especially with COVID, has been a huge challenge for us. I remember it was my 4th year at East Coast Radio. It was probably the first time where we were down double digits versus what we had set ourselves to achieve as a business. And it was a big thing, but one thing we learned out of that was that, resilience pays off. And because now we've been able to rebuild and achieve the business results again. So that also is a challenge. And I mean, KZN has been not immune to the challenges. We've had floods here, we've had riots here. So there's been quite a lot of challenges. But really one thing that stands out for me about this province is that the people in KZN live by the spirit of Ubuntu. People, just general community, but also the people in business, they live by that. And that's why we've been able to rebuild, I think, as a business at East Coast Radio. We've really rebuilt very well post the COVID years, the riot years, and the floods in KZN. Personally, my future goals really is about seeing the best version of Boni every day. Like, I don't let failure define me. I remember when I started my journey of MBA, there was a time I was like, I'm about to give up. But the resilience, Boni, in me kept me going. To know that I'm handing over my thesis at the end of November is just mind-blowing for me. So personally, I know that there's a lot that I've set for myself to achieve, like finishing off my MBA is one of the things. And being a solid mom, because I have 3 children, which I'm a mother to, they look up to me. So it's very important for me as I journey this journey of business and motherhood that, I take into account the lessons that I'm imparting to them. So that's very important to me. But as a leader, I think I am very results driven, really result driven. So I need to make sure that I deliver that. But most importantly, I think I'm at the time of my life where mentorship is very important. I've learned so much through this journey. I want to give back meaningfully. And meaningfully for me means, what does meaningfully means for me is to give back sustainably. And what does sustainability means for me is to give back through education, because I know what education has done for me. So it's one of my legacy things that I want to leave behind, and the focus really is on education. So I have four girls that I'm mentoring, which I think really speaks to KZN businesswomen. So I'm mentoring them, and it really was quite encouraging and satisfying for me to have one of them graduating last year. I've held her hand until the last day, being at the graduation, seeing her she was in the verge of being just a petrol attendant. I was like, there's not a chance. You've done so well in matric. Come, let me help you. And it's really been an amazing 4 years to see her becoming where she is today. So, I just think if every businesswoman can handhold another woman just to help them through this journey of difficulties, to help them be a businesswoman of some sort. So I think we would have done well, all of us. What advice I'll give to young women following my path is that be yourself, be authentic, and work hard. If you work hard, your work will speak volumes, whether you are present or you are not, and then life will unfold. Really, work hard, be you, because if you try and be somebody else, I believe that the universe can't find you. Whereas if you are authentically yourself and just work hard, and everything else will take care of itself. What do I do to relax? One of my favorite things to do is to run. Running is my therapy of choice. So I run, I spend time with my kids. I love cooking. I don't cook every day, but if I do cook, I cook with my kids, especially on weekend. We try different recipes. So I have an eye for culinary. So I love cooking, and I love spending time with my kids, my husband, and really having moments that we can cherish as long as we shall live, especially because my boys are getting too big now. So it's time with them, running and going to gym. I really believe in looking after yourself. I believe that if you have self-love, then you can extend that love to others. If you don't love yourself, then it's hard to give it out. So self-love and time to myself is very important, so I can spend time with people, those who are close to me and those whom I work with meaningfully, because I also have love for myself. Being part of the top businesswomen really means, firstly, I like the fact that it's in KZN. It is centered around this province. I believe KZN has amazing businesswomen. I believe that initiatives like this really reinforce that we are the second biggest economy in South Africa. So it really reinforces that. And I think it goes a long way in positioning us as women who live and reside in this province, and then us against what is happening in South Africa. And it can actually go up globally. And really position KZN as the hub, as the second economy in South Africa. So the KZN Top Business Women, what it means for me is that I can show other women, especially younger women who are coming behind me, that it is possible. You can actually step into the space of business as a woman and really step in meaningfully. I think that's what it means. And it means that younger generations can look up to us and say it is possible, and we can mentor. It's quite nice to meet even others who are in business, who are other women who are in business, because it's like a little forum that business women in KZN can meet and have a conversation around business in KZN.